Hello, everybody. Welcome in, friends, here to the Truth Serum. Everybody, Joey the Truth Wagner with you. Victor Valdez is with me as well. And everybody, not the outcome that Steelers Nation we were hoping for today, everybody. 2 of the 3 pieces fell into place. Steelers won 28-14. Buffalo won 35-23. Miami beat the Jets 11-6. So the Steelers season ends today, everybody. It ends today. The Steelers are eliminated from playoff contention here, everybody. The road for the black and gold ends today, January 8th, 2023. And like Victor, like I was saying, you were so close and a tough pill to swallow as the Jets were in that game until the final seconds, and a play here, a play there. A play here, play there today, and that game, plays here, plays there, from back in week 2 and week 4. That meant everything, and it was the difference. The Steelers, they got what they earned. They got what they earned, and that was a 9-8 record and not making the playoffs.
I think my biggest criticism of this season probably has to be starting Mitchell Trubisky to start the year. I think it was their biggest mistake.
Do you think that that was the difference between a playoff season and not?
Yes, doesn't make you a Super Bowl team, but I think it made a difference between winning some of these games and losing some of these games, like the key ones we talk about, like the Jets, like the Dolphins, you know?
Yes, so many of those games early in the season were close. You had the 10-point lead in New York that you couldn't hold. You had that game against New England week 2 where the muffed punt by Olszewski resulted in the difference. That game was a 2-point final. Losing to Miami on Sunday Night Football, losing by 6. Kenny Pickett throwing 2 interceptions on the final 2 drives of the game, trying to go down and win the game. Just couldn't get it done. And everybody, this is the perils here. These are the perils of when you're a team that relies on defense. If things don't line up perfect, if things don't line up perfect, you're in a bad spot.
Your coffee makers are up there, by the way.
If it doesn't line up perfect, you gotta be perfect, and it wasn't, and your season ends today instead of being extended by a week minimum. And I know that we'd be playing Buffalo next week in the wild card round. If we would have made it, then it would have probably ended next week in Buffalo.
But you want those young
anyway.
kids to maybe get that experience just to get them in there.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, because there are different intensities to football. There's regular season football, then there's divisional football, and then there is playoff football, which is even a notch above that. So
No. Overall, there was positives. I think we're focused on the positive is, no matter what, I think you found your quarterback. You got a quarterback.
You have your quarterback, and you have a run game.
You have a run game. You have a 1-2 punch. And I think you have a not great, but you have a solid O-line now. Where I think they got to get now is like something we've harped on all year. You got to get the offensive coaching right, coordinator-wise. And I think I know a lot of people are going to want to get the trenches, which I agree, preferably more on the D. But I think you got to get another splash player on offense.
Well, you now have the ability to do that with Houston winning, Chicago losing. The Chicago Bears now have the top pick in the draft, and the Steelers have the top pick in the second round, the 32nd overall pick now.
Wow, so you're going to have basically 2 first-rounders.
Yes.
That's what you're getting when you pick 33.
Well, 32, because Miami forfeited their first-round pick this year.
So you get 2 first-round picks?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and you're gonna have some cap space too, and I'm pretty sure that's not just saying. I know they're gonna go to some things around it. Omar Khan seems like he has a different approach than Kevin Colbert with a lot of this.
And here's another thing too. you're gonna get a third place schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna play you're gonna play New England.
Yes. Which is no easy out.
You're gonna play the Colts. And you're gonna get the Raiders again.
Yeah. And who knows what's gonna happen with Oakland next year? I mean, Las Vegas next year, especially if they get rid of Derek Carr and all that. You have some stuff here. I hate to be that guy, but opponent-wise, that has been set, like what divisions they're aligned with. You don't even have to read the teams. Just, do you know by any chance the divisions they play next year?
I'll look it up now because I'm not sure. It was encouraging to have the Steelers and Kenny Pickett get some success here at the end of the season, winning 7 of 9 with your rookie quarterback. It shows that he's good enough to win games. And
it shows that you made the development and you developed some of these young players. You got 2 first-round picks. You're gonna have a middle second-round pick. You gotta go receiver and you gotta go D-line. Something along those lines in the first round. If there's a tackle you can't miss, then take the tackle.
It looks like the teams for next year on the Steelers schedule looks like you are getting the AFC South.
Okay, wow, nice.
And it looks like you are also getting the NFC West.
Okay.
The NFC West plus the third place team from the NFC North too. So it looks like you're also getting
the Lions?
Either the Lions or the Packers, depending on how that game ends up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's awesome.
There are some things to hang your hat on.
I think last year when the season ended, being it was even in the playoffs, there was so much uncertainty that made you even worried. You know what I mean? Last year when the season ended, it was really the end of an era. And I think that we are very lucky, and I need everyone on the stream to realize as Steeler fans that you have an organization, even if we can hate them and they can annoy us and seem like they don't get with the times a lot.
They don't. That's a fact. They don't get with the times.
They don't, but they're never, ever going to have you be the Jets, be the Texans, ever. That will never be a thing.
Or the Browns.
Or the Browns, yeah. So, that it took them 1 year to realize, let's get a quarterback, got something, and I'm a huge fan of it, and I'm glad, because I had to give that to Kenny Pickett. At first, I wasn't thinking he was even going to be there, so I didn't even want to take a quarterback. I'm like, hold off till next year, right? Man, you said that a lot. I regret saying that. I think Kenny Pickett's the best thing that could have happened when you look at how Russell Wilson played out, when you look at what's going on with Derek Carr. This quarterback class coming up doesn't look like it's going to be so super like I initially thought.
There's one thing that does concern me, though, with them winning 7 of 9, finishing at 9 and 8. There is one thing that does concern me, and I want to have it out here in the open.
Okay.
They'll think that their issues aren't as necessary to be fixed as they are, like offensive coordinator and parts of the roster.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
That's what concerns me. That they'll look and they'll say, "Oh, we were 9 and 8. We had a winning record and we scored 28 points on the Browns. Oh, that means we're gonna keep Matt Canada because it's good enough." And no, it's not good enough. The standard here, well, at least in my opinion, my standard for the Steelers isn't 9 and 8. It is for Mike Tomlin. It is for him. It's not for us. Our standard here is Super Bowls. Daggone it, with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep, I'm with you there 100%. I think that's one thing that scares me is that when we say it looks obvious what they got to do, right, to take those next steps. However, could the ego get in the way? And like, why would I get rid of Canada? He developed me a run game. Kenny developed. We won 7 out of 9. I don't want.
We're fine. That's what's gonna. I think that's what's going to happen. I hate to say it. I think that's what is going to happen, Victor. I really do. I think that's what... Because the same thing happened last year. At times they were awful and getting blown out.
Yeah.
But because Ben drugged them to the playoffs, and they were 9-7-1, they said, "Oh, everything's fine."
The excuse was also that Ben was immobile and he couldn't run the Canada offense too. Honestly, man, I didn't see much of a difference from the Ben offense and the Kenny offense. Outside of Kenny was more mobile. That's it. And it wasn't designed quarterback stuff either. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But everybody, that is our post-game coverage here. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel Steelers Nation. Stay with us here for some more post-game coverage. We thank you for another wonderful season.